Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I would like to share with you a Makeup Revolution and Freedom haul. I purchased quite a few of these items from Tam Beauty and then a couple of items I purchased from Superdrug. In fact, I was really pleased with Superdrug. Some of these items, or the items that I purchased from Superdrug, they'd only just become available on Tam Beauty, and I was really pleased that, you know, they went out to the store as quickly as, you know, they were sent or they were available to order from Tam Beauty, so that's really good. Most of the time you have to wait quite a while actually before they become available in the store, so that was really good. Now I would like to show you the Freedom makeup products to start with, and the first item I was really excited about, and it was the Freedom palette, the Pro Artist palette. The palette itself is really good. It's a really sturdy plastic. You've got a huge mirror inside. I don't want to blind anybody, but it's a huge mirror, and yeah, I really love it because you can pop any kind of eyeshadow or blush or anything that you want that is in one of these pans. And yeah, I was really pleased, and not only that, it is very reasonable. It is just £5, so yeah, really pleased with that. So to move on to the actual shadows themselves, now the ones that I went for were mostly, well, they're all matte. I had a number of shimmer shadows within the palettes. I always, well, near enough judge a eyeshadow based on the matte, so a lot of the mattes in Makeup Revolution are really good, so I decided to go for mattes to test them first of all, and then obviously if I like those, then I would move on to the shimmer shades. So the first one is a mid-tone brown, and it's matte 02, so it looks like that in the pan, and it is that one there. Yeah, that one there. It's quite difficult because it is near enough flesh toned, so it's that one there. Then we move on to matte 05, which is a lot deeper, and it is that one there. These are very good quality. They are extremely buttery to the touch and swatch very well, especially for mattes. The next one is matte 06, which looks like that, and it is very difficult to see this one, so it's that one there. The next one is matte 07, and it's that one there. It's more pigmented than the first one, even though they're very similar. The next one is matte 08, and it looks like that, and it's that one there. The next one is matte 09, and it looks like that, and that one is that one there. And then the last matte shade I went for was matte 10, which looks like that, and it is that one there. Really gorgeous colour, exactly what I go for. I'm so pleased I picked up that one. Now, before I show you the last shade that I purchased, there are three types of shadow within the range. So obviously I went for the matte, so there's matte, then there's colour, which I have one of those, and then there is the shimmer shades. I think there might be a glitter within that, but I'm not 100% sure, just because I've not purchased any of those. But those are the three main types. So I went for the mattes. I went for most of the neutral shades, apart from that deeper shade at the end, because I wanted to get the neutral shades. That's what I like. Now on the website, to start with, when I made my purchase, there was no true swatches, so it was just looking at the eyeshadow in the pan, and I was slightly disappointed. Obviously they're very good quality. They work really nicely. They, you know, they blend really well. I love the quality. I've got nothing against the quality at all. It is just the shades. They seem to be very, very similar. Now these two, 06 and 07, if I knew that they were that similar, I would have just gone for one of those. But on the website, you just couldn't see very, very clearly. Yes, they're, you know, one is more pigmented than the other, but basically they are very, very similar. The same with 08 and 09. Again, they are very, very similar. If I can hold it in my hand properly. Very, very similar. Yes, this one is slightly deeper. Now on the website they looked brown, but you can see that they actually look more grey. They're more grey toned, and it's a shame that there weren't any warm tones that you could purchase. I mean, this is the warmest that you can get, and it's just a shame that there wasn't any warm tone browns, you know, to purchase, because they just seem very, very similar. So anyway, that is my only gripe with them. I love the idea behind it. I love the, you know, the shades, not the shades. I love the quality, and I do love some of the shades. It's just a shame that they didn't have more range within that, within those shades. So the last item that I purchased is from the colour range, and it's 09. Now again, this looked a lot deeper and more, you know, more different, but again, you only really need one of these. So this is more a lighter warm red brown, and this has got more red in it, but you only really need one of those again. So I'll just swatch that one. So like I say, it's colour 10, and as you can see, they are very, very similar, and even though that looks deeper in the pan, the swatch has come off lighter. So although I suppose with colour it is meant to be, you know, more vivid perhaps, and these are meant to be more natural and everyday wear, very, very similar to that first red toned shade that I showed you. So like I say, I do like the idea, and I like some of the shades, and I will be using them, you know, don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day I do prefer more warm tones, and it's just a shame that those swatches were not readily available when the eyeshadows went live on the website. So the next Freedom item I want to show you is the Pro Studio Priming Water. This is £5. This is very, very interesting. I was looking for a priming water, and this smells absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I have used it a few times, and I must admit I absolutely loved it. When we had really, really warm weather a few weeks ago, this became, well, I used it every day. It was absolutely lovely just to spritz on the face and to put on before makeup. Not that I wore a great deal of makeup when it was really hot, but it was just really nice to put this on and keep the face cool, and then obviously before makeup it goes on really, really well. I can't say that it, because I've also got this one that I want to show you. The reviews on this one say that it is quite sticky because it's got glycerine. This one doesn't seem sticky at all when I pop this on. It just, you pop it on and it is just like, I suppose, a water. You pop it on. It doesn't necessarily keep my makeup on any longer. I've not noticed anything, but during the warm weather I found this really invaluable to pop on the face. It really cooled my face down. And then the last, no, there's two more items, sorry. The next Freedom product is the Pro Melts Stripped Collection. These are £6. Now I'm definitely going to be getting the, I think there's a nude collection as well. There's 4, I believe. So there's the nude, these are the naked, then there's another 2 shades, I think. But yeah, I absolutely love these. The quality is amazing. I didn't think that they were going to be as good as they were. I didn't think I was going to enjoy the colours as much. On the website, again, there was no real life swatches as on skin or anything, which they usually do. It was just looking at the packs and thinking, you know, did that one appeal to me more? I really like the idea of the light shade, but I didn't really know how light they were. So I find that if I wear really light colours, and then it does make me look a little bit ill. And so I went with these knowing that they were going to be a little bit more, have more colour in them. There is one particular shade that I love the most, and I'll talk to you about that at the end when I've swatched these. Now this is the shade that I least like. It is a nice shade, it's a nice pink, but it is a stripped, well, they're calling it a stripped collection, not naked, so it's called a stripped collection. So I assumed that it would be less colourful. So this, when I pop it on, it is a nice shade and it's a lovely pink, but it is just it's too bright, I think, for a stripped collection. Nonetheless, it is nice, but I just find that it is a little bit, I would have preferred a muted pink or a more of a brown tone pink perhaps, but nonetheless it is very nice and very good quality. The next one is the deepest brown, so it looks like that and is like that. I've not worn this one yet, so I can't tell you in regards to the colour, but it looks like that on the skin. And the last one is my favourite, which is the lightest brown, and this is more of a, it looks more, yeah, it's a pink toned brown. I wish that this one had a little bit more brown in it to make it a little bit more wearable, but this is more brown but with a hint of pink, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I love this one. In fact, this one I love so much, that's why it's prompted me to go for the more nude shades. So like I say, they're £6 each, so that makes them £2. So they're £6 each per pack, so that makes them £2 each, which is absolutely fantastic price. Now the last item from the Freedom makeup is this. Now usually I really do not like palettes like this. This is obviously a lipstick palette. I think there's three shades. There's this one, which is the nude, then there is a red, and there I think there's a more brighter palette as well with purples in it, but I'm not 100% sure. This one really appealed to me because of the shades within the palette. Like I say, I don't usually like these. I just find that they don't work very well. They're very sheer, more like a lip gloss rather than a lipstick. So I was a little bit hesitant, especially the price, as the price of this was £10, which is quite expensive, you know, for something that I may not like. But I thought I'd give it a go, and I'm really glad I did. These really are like lipsticks. There is one shade that I've tried just because it appealed to me, and I've worn it 2 or 3 days on the trot. I've got an earbud or cotton bud just to show you and swatch it, because I didn't want to put my finger in it. So I'll see if I can swatch it. All of these shades look really good, but this one I absolutely love. Like I say, it's just gorgeous quality. I mean, even now, usually if I was to dip a cotton bud into a lipstick palette, because they're quite glossy, you tend to find that you know, they're very sheer, very glossy. A lot of the product is used in one application. This one, the product is very firm. It is just like a lipstick, and you know, I use a lipstick brush to pop these on. So the shade that I've gone for is this shade here. It's a gorgeous mauve brown pink colour, which I absolutely love, and it looks like that. And it does wear for quite a long time. It's not a very long lasting lipstick. You will have to reapply if you have something to eat, but nonetheless it is a gorgeous product. I love it, and in fact actually I love it so much I might even get another one just because I don't want to run out of it. You know, I really am absolutely thrilled with that product. Now we move on to the Makeup Revolution products. So I did just mention this, I've not used this, and these are £5 each on the website if I didn't mention the price of that. This one actually smells of almonds and I absolutely love it. Now this one smells like roses. I love roses and I thought I was going to like the smell of this one more than this. I actually like the smell of this one more. This one is, like I say, meant to be, it has glycerin in it, so it is meant to, your foundation is meant to stick to it and make it obviously last longer. Like I say, I've not tried this one, I have only tried this one, so I can't comment on that, but I will be using it shortly and testing that out. So the next item I want to show you is the Sanitizing Solid Brush Cleaner. This one also is £5. Now there were two on the website, one from Makeup Revolution and one from the Freedom. I went for this one even though the Freedom solid brush cleaner, in fact I think that's called a solid brush bath, I believe, that one had better reviews, but I went with this one because I've not used this before and I didn't want to spend the extra £2 if I didn't get on with this kind of product. So I have tested this and I have used twice, I've used it twice. The first time I used it I cleaned about 20 brushes. Now like I say, I've used it twice, I've cleaned about 30 brushes with it and it's hardly made a dent in it, even though I had my foundation brushes were so clogged with foundation. I thought this is never going to work. It did work. This is an amazing product. The only thing that I wish about it is that it had a bit more of a scent to it, a bit more like the actual brush shampoo, but it works absolutely amazingly and I can't really say much more than that. But if you're looking for a solid brush cleaner, I would certainly try this, and in fact I'll be ordering the Freedom brush cleaner next because I like this so much. The next item is one of their new balms. This is from the I Heart makeup range. This is in the scent Wild Strawberry. I think this is only a couple of pounds, something like that, and it looks like that, so I'll just pop that on again. So it looks like that. Obviously it's strawberry because it's red, and it looks like that. It doesn't have a very strong scent to it, but perhaps that's good. You know, you don't want anything too overpowering on your lips. It does smell very nice. It's a nice fresh strawberry scent and I absolutely love this. Ever since I purchased this or received it, I've used it nearly every night. When I go to bed I pop this on and yeah, I absolutely love it. It really does work. The scent, like I say, is nice. It's really good and I love it. And I might be trying some more of those, but I do actually like the strawberry one. Strawberry scent is my favourite. Okay, so the next item is the Ultra Eye Contour Light and Shade. This I believe is £6. I think it's £6 anyway. Obviously it's a dupe for the Kat Von D Light and Shade eyeshadow palette. I have tried this and I absolutely love this. Yes, I do have the Kat Von D Light and Shade palette. Obviously you've seen my haul over the last couple of days. I wanted to get this and I did receive this item first and I was really excited about this because I just love the shades in here. So when you open it, it does come with a lovely brush. On one end it is, you know, tapered there, and the other side is more of a fluffy brush. Now the shades in here I love. So whereas the Freedom palette where you add your own shadow shades. The first one I showed you, that was all very cool toned. This is a mixture. So I tend to look at these as quads, and I absolutely love this quad here because of the warm tones to it. Just like the Light and Shade from Kat Von D, I tend to if you saw my video, I liked this quad here, which is near enough exactly the same. You know, I like that warm tone quad the best, but they all look really, really good. I will just swatch a couple of them. I'm going to swatch definitely this one here for you to start with. Again, they're absolutely gorgeous, very buttery. So that's the warm shade there. It is a yeah, the shades in here are all matte, and I'm going for the deeper brown from the first quad there. Again, very, very nice consistency and absolutely gorgeous. A great colour payoff to those, and really good for £6. So these are the two items that I purchased from Superdrug itself. Superdrug did actually have this one in stock, which I was amazed, because I think these became available to purchase on the Friday. I may have that wrong, but by the Saturday these items were all in Superdrug, or they were in the Norwich stores anyway. So I was very, very excited when I saw this. This was the Ultra Pro HD Powder Contour. Now you can get this in the cream version as well, but I love powder. These are £10 as well. They look like that, so you've got all sorts of cool tones. You've got a warm tone here, and they really are very, very light for the palest tones, skin tone, and then obviously they really go quite deep as well for the deeper skin tone. So I was really, really pleasantly surprised to see that there is a warm tone in here. Like I said before, I don't mind cool tone contour, and I've been using the Bahama Mama now for quite some time, and I've not really come across a warm tone. I know Makeup Geek do warm tones, but I haven't actually purchased any of those yet. So I was really intrigued by this, and I've used it a couple of times. I have used it today, and I love it. I absolutely love the consistency of it, the colour of it, absolutely gorgeous and well worth the money. £10, like I said, that I paid for that. Now this I haven't used yet. It is the Ultra Pro Glow. Again, this was from Superdrug, and it was £10. So these are all highlights. So this is what they look like. I mean, every kind of shade you can imagine is within this palette. I will just swatch. I'm going to go for that deeper pink there. That looks really interesting, and I think if that was too deep, you could use that as an eyeshadow. It's absolutely gorgeous. I think it is going to be perfect for, if you can see that, it's a peachy pink colour, which is absolutely amazing. And then I'm going to go for the classic there. So that one is that one there. So you can see really good colour payoff, absolutely fantastic. I really must say I absolutely love that one. Even though it's quite unusual and it's quite deep, I think you could get away with that definitely as a highlight, just because it's more peachy in tone. So the last four items I want to show you from Makeup Revolution are, well, there's 3 strobe highlighters, and there's a Vivid Baked highlight as well, their new one. So I'll start off with this one. So it's the Vivid Baked highlighter Everglow Lights, and these were all £3. So they're in their domed packaging, really lovely, it's very sturdy, and they look absolutely gorgeous. I love them. As soon as I saw these on the website, I ordered them immediately. I love the imprint of them. I love, well, absolutely everything about them. And with these, it says it's a strobe highlighter. Now I found with them, they're not as shimmery perhaps as these might be. So they are more subtle, but I will show you the swatches of them, like I say. So that's the first one. They, like I say, they are very subtle, although you can see that that is on my skin. Now, I found, especially when I tested this one, I was a little bit disappointed because I expected them to really give that glow, but they're not that type of highlight. They are more subtle. Well, this one definitely is. It does come off quite powdery, as you can see, more of a powder highlight. But yeah, it does work very, very nicely if you want that subtle highlight look. Now the next one is called Radiant Lights, and this one is more of a peach toned, like a golden tone to it. So I'll just swatch this one as well. If I can find some space, I think I'll go. Yeah, so you can see that, and again, like I say, it is a subtle highlight, but it is extremely pretty. In fact, I like the deeper ones rather than this one. This is very nice as well, and I have worn this one, but I prefer this one and the next one that I'm going to show you. And then the last one is called Moon Glow Lights, and this one is the pink tone. And that pink tone, can you see it? It's very, very like my skin tone. So, yeah, it's that one there. So that's the second one, and that one is the third one. So it's more pink, and like I say, they are very, very subtle, but nonetheless I do love them, and they are buildable to build a more of a glow, but like I say, they are more subtle. Now the last one is the Vivid Baked Highlighter in Rose Gold. Now I knew when I ordered this that this may be too much for me, and I was going to wear it as an eyeshadow if it was. But nonetheless, I'm really pleased with it because it is an absolutely gorgeous shade. I absolutely love it. I just want to make sure that you can actually see it because I'm running out of room. So that is that Rose Gold. Is it Rose? Yeah, Rose Gold Lights. So it is this one here. Just put it somewhere else actually because it's getting merged with the eyeshadow. So that's that one there. It's not swatching particularly well. Let me try again. There we go. So that's the Rose Gold one. So it's definitely going to be too deep for me as a highlight, but I may be able to get away with that one as a blush, or like I say, to use as an eyeshadow. But I'm really pleased. As soon as I saw this, like I say, I had to have it. It's absolutely gorgeous shade and very, very unusual. But I think unless you've got a very deep, like a tan, or obviously you have a deep tone to your skin, this cannot be used as a highlighter. But like I say, nonetheless, it is very pretty. So that is my makeup Revolution and Freedom haul. If you are interested in those products, I hope that gives you a little bit more of an insight into, you know, the shades and you know, if they're going to work for you. And they're all, like I say, from Tam Beauty, but a couple of them were from, most of them are from Tam Beauty, and a couple were from Superdrug. And yeah, thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you would like to watch more videos. But thank you very much for watching. Thank you. Bye.